Yo, what's going on, champions? It's Marquise Money Mike Williams, founding member and executive senior director here at JMG Direct. Sorry for the delay. I was sitting there talking to myself and I didn't hit the button to go live on the World Wide Web. Who really calls it the World Wide Web, right? But I got an awesome training today. I hope you see a lot of value in it because I'm going to go back to the basics. I was looking at the ESPYs a few days ago, and Serena was hosting, and she was talking about how, coming up, she just stuck to the basics, and that's how she was able to get ahead and really do great, in the world of tennis. So we talk about a lot of different things when it comes to our business. There's a lot of different marketing strategies. There's a lot of different, prospecting strategies. But one of the things that I learned early in my career is that the start stops most people. So when you look at the launch strategy, well, let's just get this party started, right? All right. So when you look at, welcome to everybody training. Welcome all the new champions who've joined. The foundation is all we do is expose. When you look at our launch strategy, right? Success with JMG is simple as 1, 2, 3. the reason that the first thing that we do is make a decision, right? The reason that that is the very first thing is because the start stops most people. So if you don't make a decision that you're going to do it, then you're never going to do it. People who don't make the decision that they're going to be committed in relationships and get married, the marriage never works because they never made the decision. There are people eventually, whether you're live right now or you're looking at a replay one day somewhere down the line, that you never got married because you knew you weren't willing to make the decision, right? To do the work that it takes to be successful in marriage. It's no different in business. A lot of the principles that we teach you are just success principles, and they're applicable to the JMG Direct business. So because the start stops most people, we're going to focus on helping you start right, but not only you starting right, helping your new people start right. Now, quick disclaimer. From this training, some of you are going to realize that you didn't start right. I'm just going to be honest. And that may be some fault to your sponsor, but most of the time it's going to be some fault of yours. Don't fret. You're in. And today, we're going to hit the reset button. And today's going to be the start date for all of us, right? So we're going to have a chance to hit that do-over button and be able to make it do what it do. So our launch strategy, Success with JMG, is simple as 1, 2, 3. All starts with you making a decision that you want something more out of life, but more importantly, you're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. Wanting more out of life is easy, right? But it's kind of funny because people fantasize, but they don't dream. I'm going to say that again. People fantasize, but they don't dream. They see the car and say, oh, I would love to have that car. They see the house and say, oh, I would love to have that house. They watch TV and say, oh, I would love to live that lifestyle, right? But they don't truly, something inside of them doesn't truly believe that that is obtainable for them. Something on the inside of them doesn't truly believe that that's a possibility. So they don't truly dream about it. And they definitely don't put a date on it because that will make it a goal. So I urge you today to make a decision to dream again, right? Because that's why we said the second part is you have to be willing to do the work that it takes to get it. If you're not willing to dream, then you're not going to be willing to do the work that it takes to get it, because if you're not even dreaming, then you're not making a decision. That's the hard part. All right. But then you want to gather 2 customers, preferably My Credit is Better customers, to qualify to get paid. And then lastly, you want to partner with 3 people. These 3 people should be money motivated, hardworking, be able to keep things simple, and follow directions. One of the first things I ask every single person I sign up is, do you want to follow our already proven system, which has created a lot of success stories, or do you want to do things your way? And that does 2 things. One, that helps me understand where they're at. If they want to do things their way, hey, I love you. If you need me, call me. But number 1, you're not one of my 3 because you're not willing to follow the system. Number 2, I'm going to understand that there may be some rocky roads ahead because you're going to be bumping your head. Now, have there been people who have said, yo, I'm going to do things my way and went and been successful? Absolutely. But one of the most difficult parts about that is personalities don't duplicate. Systems do. I'm going to say that again. Personalities don't duplicate. Systems do. There are things that I can do that I don't make a part of the system or teach others because it's not truly duplicable. It's me. It's my personality. It's something that's simple for me, but it's not necessarily simple for other people, right? So we want to partner with 3 people and teach them how to do the same thing, make a decision, and get qualified. So if you have any questions during training, please feel free to ask them. Feel free to reach out. If I don't answer them during training, I'll make sure that I answer them right afterwards. All right. So today I entitled training the 48 hours of power, because the first 48 hours is the most important. And I'm gonna wrap this up and tie it up in a bow and kind of condense it in an abridged version. And I'm gonna add it in our traditional trainings just right after the launch strategy, because I need everybody to understand and know that the first 48 hours is important. What you do in the first 48 hours is important. As a company, they call it the first things first plan of action. You know, other people call it different things. I call it the ABCs to success. But whatever you call it, the first 48 hours is a telling story. So we're going to fly through this information, you guys. Today, training's going to be short and sweet, but it's going to be impactful and powerful with nice and beautiful content. So the goal in the first 48 hours, your massive action plan, right? The goal, let me get my big head out the way, is to know your why, right? You got to do that right away. That should be in your head when you're signing up. You should know your why. That's that one decision. Because until you know why, the how doesn't matter, because you're not going to do the how. You should schedule for success. When are you going to build your business? So many people make the mistake of trying to figure out how to fit their $1 million business into their already busy schedules. They're going out playing pickleball. They're playing fantasy football. They're out hanging with the homies. And you got this $1 million business that you're not giving any time to. You know, I often see that in, when people talk about, oh, I wish God would bless me. I wish God would bless me. But they're not willing to give God any time. And I'm not here to get religious or spiritual on anybody, but you could pick a number of scenarios. Oh, I wish my man would pay me more attention, but you're not making time to spend time with your man. It's like you have to spend time with something that you want greater results from, that you want to cultivate a better relationship with. All right? So you got to schedule time for success. When are you going to build your business? Only scheduling time for the calls, or I'm going to build my business for 15 minutes on Tuesdays and Thursdays because I got to get on the call. And then I'm going to build my business for 30 minutes on Saturdays because, he usually keeps training about 30 minutes. All right. So boom, that's an hour a week. I'm going to build my business. No, that's an hour a week you getting on calls and plugging into your business. But that's not building your business. We get paid to do two things: gather customers and gathering representatives and teaching them to do the same thing. You have to put aside some time to plant seeds and to harvest those seeds. All right. Then you want to get qualified. First 48 hours, you should be qualified. Why? So that you can get paid off the work that you do during your launch. If you came in as a marketing brand ambassador, you're already one customer with My Credit is Better. So go ahead and get that second customer right away. If you came in as a marketing affiliate, then you want to double up and you want to get 2 customers so that you're qualified to get paid. Then you want to set 10 appointments with the goal of getting your 3 people. And you want to set 10 appointments in your first 48 hours. And these appointments should be completed within your first week. So if we all sign up today and we're setting appointments in the next 48 hours, and somebody say, oh man, I'm busy next week, but I can meet with you on the 21st, right? That should not be one of your 10 appointments because it's not within the first week. You're not showing the plan within your first week. So you just got an extra one on the books, but your goal, set 10 appointments within your first week. And if you notice the structure, I threw some little notes in there. We're simply following the launch strategy. 1 decision, 2 customers, 3 people. If you follow the system, if you follow directions, then it's going to happen for you. And then within your first 48 hours, everybody should watch the enrollment video again. Why? So that when somebody says, I'm ready to hit the button, you know how to enroll them. You see, you are now the owner of a multi-million-dollar business, and you will not succeed with the mindset, habits, and schedule of just an employee or a smaller business. That may succeed in the smaller business. That may succeed in at your place of employment, which is great, but in your new business, you got to have a new mind. So for the sponsor, what are you looking for in the first 48 hours, right? Because it's important for you to understand. It's going to tell the story. Some of you, when I went over the goals, some of you probably were telling to yourself like, oh man, I didn't set appointments in my first 48 hours. See, that massive action creates excitement. Success loves speed. And you could get in and get some people, plant those seeds. You get the butterflies out your stomach. You get the nose out your way. You get the practice out the way so that you can keep building with excitement. Now, as a sponsor, what you're looking for in the first 48 hours, you understand what a new rep does in their first 48 hours will tell you what type of rep they'll be. Will they make excuses? Are they going to follow directions? Are they going to go to the library and start trying to study all the ingredients of Body Worth and the ingredients of Luster Shine and the thread count of the positive affirmation apparel? Will they get qualified with their 2 customers? Will they start searching for how deep the cables are buried? What's the IP address of the servers and the hosting company? Will they try to do things their way? Will they quit before they even get started? There's such thing as a $199 no, $199 no. People will get started as a marketing brand ambassador and disappear. And what you want to get good at as a sponsor is recognizing what type of person they are, knowing if they're one of your 3, and getting them started as quickly as possible so that you could jump in their network and find the stud, because every dud knows a stud. Just taking the people in the comment section, right? If I signed up Coach and Coach is kind of on the fence, Coach, may or may not follow directions, but we jump in Coach's network. Start showing the plan. We get Andre signed up, All Day Dre. Now, one or two things happens. Now there's a fear of loss for Coach because Coach doesn't know what Andre is going to do, right? So even if Coach was thinking about quitting, Coach may hesitate. He may not quit. But even if Coach does quit, that's okay because I'm working with Andre. Andre didn't get started because he wanted to help Coach. Andre got started because he has his own goals and dreams. And what we do as sponsors is we're dedicated and committed to helping people reach their goals and dreams. And that's not contingent on what their sponsor or their upline or their downline does. We're committed to helping everybody, right? So Andre gets started. He's teachable. He's coachable. He brings in Duran. But you see how moving quickly, it creates a level of excitement and it creates a level of fear of loss. So now Coach got 2 people on his team. And Coach is like, man, well, this thing, it might just work. Now see, here's the thing. We don't care either way. Because we've already moved on from Coach. We love him where he's at. But he already said he already shown he's not following directions. He's already shown that he wasn't teachable and coachable. He already started making excuses. So when we sign up Dre, when we sign up Duran, we're focused on helping Dre and Duran because they're teachable and coachable. When we throw them the ball, they're willing to throw the ball back. Now, does that mean Coach won't eventually become teachable and coachable? Won't eventually come around and get it? No, that doesn't mean. That's why we love them where they're at. And whenever they're ready, we never burn the bridge. We always treat people with love and respect. When I first got started in the business, I was taught by some of the wrong people. So I used to diss people. Oh man, you're whack. That's why they need people working at McDonald's. We used to say the craziest stuff, but it was disrespectful. And when the person finally came around, they didn't want to work with me because I dissed them. So I always love people where they're at, treat them with love and respect because you never know when somebody's situation is going to change. You must give a new rep directions when they first get started because they don't know what to do. Guys, they don't know what to do. It's like taking a newborn baby home, right? Newborn baby. Sitting them in the car seat, bringing them in the house, sitting in the kitchen, and say, yo, cook me some breakfast, some eggs, some bacon. Baby don't have any idea what you're even saying. Now, as adults, we have a general idea of what somebody is saying and things of that nature. That was an extreme example. But that's like taking somebody like, I'll pick on Dre again. Dre's a engineer. I believe that's the correct title of the nature of his job. But that's like Dre bringing me to work, like, yo, Marquise, do this, 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 do this, 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 do this, this, this. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I don't know how to do that. That's what it's like bringing a new rep into business. They may know how to talk to people. They may have a general idea of what they think prospecting is like, but we have to guide them on the process. We have to guide them on how to be successful, on how to follow the yellow brick road. Mr. Jones used to say how to navigate the landmine, right? If you have two sides of a landmine, right? And you see somebody who's able to just dance and flip and two-step right through the landmine, then that's the person you want to follow, because you're not going to get blown up. And that's our goal as sponsors and uplines, to give our new representatives the proper path to get through the landmine. And when you're doing three-way calls, you want to use what we call the trust respect triangle. See, your new prospect, they trust you because they know you. There's some type of relationship. Even if you just parents that meet and passing in school, with your kids in school, they know of you, right? But they also know of you. Like, yo, you dropped your kid off and one of your hubcaps fell off your car, or, your car is always dirty, or if you're the homie, you asked me to borrow $5 last week, whatever the case may be. So they might not always respect your business knowledge, right? That's why you have to edify an expert. You have to take the spotlight off of you, and you have to edify an expert. Last week I told you, if you ever want to see a great example of edification, go to YouTube, pull up Club Shay Shay. Shannon Sharp does a great job of edifying all of his guests. This dude is amazing. But another great example is whenever somebody introduces Minister Farrakhan, right? And I'm not a part of the Nation of Islam. I'm not Islamic, any of that. I'm just giving you examples of great jobs of edification. Actually, anytime you hear a minister being introduced, they do a great job of edifying. In the music industry, great job of edifying, all right? The edification is what sets the person, the sponsor, the upline, whoever's the expert up for your prospect to really want to listen to them. Like, man, they did all that. Wow, let me at least listen to what they have to say. All that edification coming from you who I trust, I need to listen. So the last thing I want to talk about is staying off the emotional roller coaster, all right? The emotional roller coaster is a dangerous ride. Just because you don't have immediate success doesn't mean that you give up. It just means you have to hang in there and push a little harder, all right? So the emotional roller coaster looks a little something like this. So let's step through it. Oh, I guess I was wondering why those pictures came out. I had some pictures covering up the different steps, right? So we'll just go through it just as it is, right? So you get started, you're on cloud 9. You're like, oh, already I'm excited. And then you go home and you're like, what did I do? That $200, I could have used that for a bill, right? And then the email arrives, like, oh man, I got my representative ID number. I'm excited. Man, I'm gonna do this. And then you start talking to people and no one's listening. You start to worry again. Man, what did I do? I have a sponsor over here who's successful. People are making thousands of dollars, some millions. They live the lifestyle I desire. There's tax benefits over here. But all these other people over here who don't have anything that I want, don't live the lifestyle I want, they're not listening. So I think they may be right. Then somebody says, you know what? I want one of those hoodies. I'm gonna be your customer. You get excited again. Then the customer complains. The hoodie took too long to get here. It's like, ah. Then you get a prospect says, I'm gonna be on the Simple Wealth Blueprint Tuesday. I'll be there. Then they don't show up. Then you finally get somebody to sign up. You're like, oh! See, you can't be on that emotional roller coaster. You have to know what you got and be even keeled the entire way, right? Now some of my pictures are coming in. You want to be even keeled the entire way. Just that constant line. You see it right through the middle. You just want to be like 007, cool, calm, and collected. And then you want to do more than try, right? Because I will try means there's no real commitment. And therefore, you're leaving the door open to create an excuse for what you have not committed to. You know what I mean? For what you have not committed to. So in the presentation, you want to make it an event, right? You should treat it like an event. You should always show up. All right? And in showing up, here's a few tips. Beat the countdown. Don't show up right at 8 o'clock Eastern. Be on 7:55 to 8 so that you can jump on just like you're doing on training, which I appreciate. Give your name, where you're checking in from. Coach your guests to do the same thing. Hey, jump on, give your name, where you're checking in from. If we make this part of the culture, you don't have to wonder who got on. You taught them to check in so that you can look at the comments and you can see who got on. Don't hope your guests get on. Direct them on. I call my guests. During that countdown, hey man, you on? All right. Yeah. On the comment section, go ahead and just put your name where you checking in from. I'm doing that during the countdown. I'm sending out texts. I'm calling. Hey, you on? You on? Check in. Check in. And while we're on, feel free to engage, right? Feel free to, that was awesome. 3 this week, a month. We used to do that in a live presentation. When the part came on for the residual, like $153,000, the whole crowd would be like, a month. Now, obviously, we can't hear you. But it's okay to interact during the presentation. That also shows you interacting, also shows you didn't turn on the presentation and go bake some cookies or watch Desperate Housewives. It shows you're actually paying attention, which is great because repetition breeds duplication. And the more you hear it, the more you're going to be able to regurgitate that information subconsciously. Now, some of you, you're at work, you're doing different things. So you're jumping on and you have no choice but to do something different. And we appreciate you jumping on. But as much as you possibly can, schedule to be on and give your undivided attention. And have no empathy or no sympathy during the presentation. This is business. We simply want to share it with you and find out if you're in or if you're out. Right? That's all we want to know. Whatever you have going on as a person, we care, and we hope things are better. And after we get if you're in or you're out, we can talk about, the woe is me and the sob stories or whatever, is going on in your life. But when you're in business mode, you got to be in the mindset of, okay, I'm here to help you. And I have a business that I walk in every presentation with the confidence that I'm willing to take your last penny because I know I'm going to turn it into dollars. And I'm confident with that. You have to be confident in your business and stay off the emotional roller coaster. And then last but not least, have a home meeting. Have people over. It's summertime. Have some people over. Put out some chips and some dip. Put out some sodas. Have some people over. Pull it up on the big screen TV, the smart TV that has YouTube. Watch the presentation. And then get your sponsor on your upline on three-way, and start answering questions with the people who are interested. Or set up appointments with them to get their questions answered afterwards. The people are negative, Go ahead and usher them out or keep them away from the people who are positive. Technology is a beautiful thing. Put it to use. So we got the Simple Wealth Blueprint coming up this Tuesday, July 16th. Let's pack the house, guys. Home meetings, individuals. Let's all make sure that we're plugged in. The Paul D. Jones Show continues to rock and roll, continues to be big, continues to be massive. Let's keep making that what it is. Our call to action this week: set 10 appointments in the next 48 hours. Some of you've been in for a while. That's okay. You may have a little bit more work to do. You may have to plug in with some people. If there's people that you've been talking to and just beating over the head, then don't go back to those people. But maybe somebody you talked to last year, their situation might have changed. Maybe somebody you talked to 6 months ago, their situation might have changed. Maybe somebody you reconnected with, from high school on Facebook. Reach out to them. See if they're open. Hey, if the money was right and fit into your schedule, would you be open to taking a look at a strong business opportunity? It's just that simple, you guys. And the ultimate goal is to get 3 this week. This is the best business on the planet. But there's no way that it can get bigger if nobody knows about it. You can't continue to be the best business on the planet and the best kept secret on the planet. They don't go hand in hand for long. All right? So let's break out that box, break out of your comfort zone. Let's get out there and show the plan and set 10 appointments so that we can get you your 3 people this week, because you're the best investment that you got and you're born to win. But you got to make the decision to play to win right now, because each and every one of you are already a champion. I love you. I got your back. I see you at the top and I see you at the bank. Have a great weekend, everybody.